morning, everyone, and welcome to the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. Welcome, better said, to the Symposium of Philosophy of Cultural Diplomacy. Of course, it's difficult to do a kind of sort of introduction to this symposium after having heard such a nice and profound introduction from the two artists. Thank you very much for that. But nevertheless, I want to try to tell you a bit about the background of this symposium and how it all began. I came here as an intern in February, and I came to the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, and the first thing was that I was thinking about the meaning of cultural diplomacy as such. So I tried to do research, and I looked it up, and I realized that the main goal of cultural diplomacy, or one of the main goals actually, beyond the political diplomatic part, is actually to further and strengthen intercultural understanding. And as far as I know what diplomacy is, or at least what I always thought it was, I thought it is a human behavior in certain situations, also in situations where you have to deal with conflicts, with conflicting situations. You have to deal with it. You have to be polite. It's a human trait, and also it's a trait that maybe you could have seen it also now at the gathering of this symposium, to interact in a diplomatic way. But the question is if this kind of human behavior or trait as diplomacy, acting diplomatically, is enough or is intrinsically strong enough to be the principle of international relations, or to be the principles of a harmonious, long-lasting and peaceful intercultural understanding and intercultural exchange. That was the question, more or less, from the symposium. That's why I started it. And I was very lucky to have gathered together very interesting philosophers, very interesting professors of philosophy. Especially I'm happy, of course, that my old professors of Bolzano are here. Not because they're old, but because they were my professors when I was studying in Bolzano. And they not only were my professors, but also they somehow pushed me as well in a certain direction of thinking, in a certain direction of approaching with phenomena and questions. Thank you very much, Arno Böhler, you as well, that you came. My brother Ernst Ferdinand drew my attention to you and to your lecture about tantrism, and he found it fascinating in your speeches, so I decided to ask you as well if you come, and we're happy that you're here. Also, of course, the Polish ambassador to Germany, Andrzej Pryszniewski. I think, is the pronunciation right? More or less. Okay. So thank you as well for being here. We invited you not only as in your duty of the Polish ambassador to Germany, but also because of your academic background in the realm of culture, in the realm of cultural sciences, and in the realm of cultural philosophy. Thank you very much for being here as well. Then, of course, the other two dialogue partners which came today, and I'm very glad that they did. Detlef von Daniels, who is a research associate at the Academy for Humanities and Sciences in Berlin-Brandenburg, and also Wilfried Besner, who is a private lecturer at the Humboldt University. Thank you very much for being here. And let the symposium begin, I would say, with the first speech, who will be Andrzej Pryszniewski, the Polish ambassador to Germany and cultural philosopher, with his speech on the task and limit of cultural diplomacy. I will ask him to the stage now, please. And as well, I would ask to the stage Wilfried Besner and Jürgen Peter Gedinat as the first dialogue partners for the first two speeches. Thank you very much.